It's a beautiful day that springs forth today. The sun is beaming down up high, and trees sway blissfully in the whistling wind. Children are laughing and playing amongst green grass, as clouds gracefully glide the day on by. For the children, it's a beautiful day for the children. It is not a beautiful day for her. A girl that stands idly by, watching the scene take place before her eyes. A girl listens to it, watches it, and walks away from it. She does not have their smiles, nor shares their laughs, or holds their hearts, their carefree spirits. No, she doesn't. Unlike them, she does not have a home to go back to, a sanctuary to find respite, only pain. No, she does not have time to spend dawn laughing or cloud watching, for she needs to eat. It's a tale as old as time. School is not for resting and learning, but suffering. Even there, she finds moments to go to others. Yet now, she finds no one coming to her as she walks aimlessly along the sidewalk, back and forth, turning every which way. Yet none, no friends to turn to, no parents to turn to, no one to turn to, none. Alone. And that's how she walks, the day turning into a saturated orange as the color bleeds into her psyche, abandoning her option, her one option, the one she's thought of running away. For what's the point when you'd walk that path alone? And so she heads back to the place she started, passing cars, back to the place she sleeps, passing streetways, back to being alone, until she stops and looks up a street path and sees him. So, funny thing, what do you get when you mix a magical unicorn girl and a daycare warrior princess together? I don't quite know myself, but I guess we're gonna find out. Hi, I'm Essie Kupenda, a multi-genre fiction author who loves to talk about stories. Case in point, Pokey, the unicorn magical girl, and Starshine Jesters. Yes, you heard that right. We'll be talking about not one, but two, count 'em, 2 stories. It's a buy one, get 2 free deal. What? It's a buy one, get 2 free deal, only you're not buying anything because all of this is free. Because who would pay for this crazy idea of mine? Oh boy, this is going to be a rather silly video, huh? Wacky. So, it's currently like 2 a.m. as I'm writing this, as I'm just finishing Starshine Jesters, and I'm like, wow, I really want to talk about this, but maybe I should wait? I also want to talk about Pokey, but I don't know about that either. I kind of want to talk about both. And then, bam! Idea! And so, here we are! Ha! I need sleep. But I'm a writer, so obviously that's not happening. Anyways, let's talk about why I like these things already. Starting with Pokey! To be honest, I don't know where to start. Actually, I do. Asbel! Hopefully I'm saying that correctly. Okay, so picture this. You're a young teenage boy just trying to survive high school. Your parents are how to say this nicely? Ah, I got it. Trash. Deadbeat. A disgrace, honestly. I fear the parent-teacher conference meetings. Oh, but somehow with trash parenting, you grew up wanting just to help everyone around you. So, while life at home is terrible, everyone acknowledges your efforts at school, and you have tons of friends. Wrong. Everyone ignores you and takes advantage of your kindness, leaving you stranded when you most need it. But don't worry, you have a job! And he's fired in 3 pages. Yikes. If this sounds kind of familiar, then you'd be right. That little bit with the girl in the beginning was based on this. Safe to say, this plot line, yeah. Safe to say, Asbel's life is terrible. Like trash, like utterly terrible, like garbage terrible. And he is understandably vexed by all of this. However, he doesn't become mean or corrupted by this. The way he's drawn, he's not as mad as he is sad and tired, which was really interesting to see because you don't get this through it being said. It's visually told by pictures, making use of that comic medium. And before I move too much forward, let me just say, goodness, Asbel looks so cool! Okay, I know, he's wearing like the most generic clothes imaginable, but, oh man, does he make him look good? I don't know what it is, honestly. If it's the way he's drawn or just his expressions and, like, mannerisms, he just looks really cool. The hairstyle, the jacket, the expressions. He wears generic clothes, but he doesn't look generic. As in, with these characters, you can kind of get self-inserts for protagonists. You know, I watched a couple anime here and there. You know, so you see some self-inserts sometimes. In especially isekai genre. But he doesn't look generic or anything like that. It doesn't show here. Asbel just feels like his own character and his own person, and I think that's really cool. Anyways, Asbel is about to run away until Pokey literally crash lands right in front of him and forcefully inserts herself into his life. A bubbly space unicorn magical girl that clashes with Asbel's cynicism. And it's here we get, say it with me, character interactions! A breath of fresh air every time I talk about it. Both Asbel and Pokey bounce off one another really well, especially comedically, and you get to see both sides of them throughout the story. In Asbel's case, he physically cannot stop himself from helping someone, even if he really doesn't want to, says he doesn't want to, but he begrudgingly does it anyway. In Pokey's case, she's burdened with the responsibility of finding the ultimate evil, but this clashes with her drive to protect life, even if it's detrimental to her mission and the greater good. She doesn't want to do the right thing, and yet she does, and this conflict sticks with her. Honestly, Pokey gets a lot of development in just a short mini-comic. It's actually pretty impressive. I mean, there wouldn't need to be any development if it weren't for the gremlin that is Tiddlywinks. What I do like above all else is the connection with that. What I do like above all else is the connection of the development Pokey goes through with Asbel's conflict of helping others. Every time he helps someone, they always leave him high and dry, and it's literally shown here when Pokey doesn't come and help him when he needs it most. The callback again is really well done, and I wasn't expecting it when I was reading it. It connects the entire comp together really well and makes Asbel's influence on Pokey all that more impactful. Their connection is stronger as both can learn something from the other. Both were integral to this story, because while Asbel may not have the power to wish for anything in existence and have it handed to him on a Tiddlywinks-shaped platter, he does have the rare power of helping people, even when it's detrimental to himself. And that's really powerful, something I think Pokey can learn from. This comic has a lot of potential, from the art to the paneling to the power set and just the concept. I just glimpsed at some of the fun little shorts that Cherry, the author, posts on her socials, and it's kind of adorable. Even more characters to boot! And while I kind of prefer a more duo-centric type of story, at least for the majority, meaning, like, you know, for most of the story you follow just Asbel and Pokey, and maybe later you can introduce characters, but leave them out. But, hey, more character interactions, the more the better. Magical Girls as a concept is just so cool. Especially transformation sequences. Everything is just really cool. And while it might be a while before we get a full comic from this, what we got is still something special, and something we can all learn from. Oh, by the way, did I talk about the way Asbel's hair is drawn? Which probably contributes to his coolness factor, and the many stares we get from Pokey, and hold on, Pokey is taller than Asbel? That's like really cool? And I barely even mentioned anything about Draken. Draken. FNAF! With FNAF Security Breach, the one good thing we ever got from it was the Princess Quest theme. Goodness, it's so atmospheric. I mean, fanworks, that too. Fans have taken FNAF's concept and ran with it and through several fruit blenders and ovens and cooked up like so many tasty meals. And I don't know where I'm going with this concept or analogy or whatever we call this metaphor or whatever, I don't know. Anyways, somehow I ended up reading FNAF Security Breach Daycare attendant fanfiction. Okay, I know how this sounds, but hear me out. Children. It should be no surprise to anyone if you ever look at my writing that I like child characters a lot. There's something to the stories that can be told with them that just seem infinitely harder with adults. At least, no one will take you seriously if you do some plot lines with those plot lines with those adults. I can speak. No one will take you seriously if you do the plot lines, you know, those plot lines that you would do with children, with adults. They wouldn't take you seriously and stuff. The emotional spectrum somehow broadens, funnily enough, because the perspective children have is just sometimes fundamentally different than adults, and the possibilities just grow from there. The way they see the world, there's a lot more, but I'll stop there. Case in point, child characters are fun. Insert Starshine Jesters. What a seamless transition. And first thing I have to say is oh my goodness, when a story starts off with Morse code to translate literally the first thing below the title, you know it's gonna be good. Because, like, it shows the author, like, put effort into little hints and secrets that could tell you more about the story. Which means they care about it more than it just being just another story. And it gets you invested too. And honestly, I really like this technique. Like, really like this technique. I don't think there even needs to be any deep, hidden, secret lore, you know, hidden within the Morse code. Though, that'd be nice too. I'm not complaining if you do. But just the act of translating Morse code before fully reading the story gets you into the right mood. Some mood. It, like, sets you on a quest to figure out what it's trying to say. What the story is trying to say. This secret quest. This princess quest. It puts you in this secret solving mood. And I tell you, solving someone else's Morse code and talking to myself while doing it, it's a feeling I can't quite describe, but I love every second of it. So cool. Anyways, the actual story. Every good story needs a good protagonist, and we have one. Lily! She's 10 years old, and this fanfic chronicles her times in the daycare at the Pizzaplex. Oh, but what could make this character more better? There's just I don't know. There's something missing. Ah yes, how could I forget? Lily gets the best thing a writer could ever give to a character. Gets served a big ol' helping of trauma! Guaranteed to make even the or less compelling. I kid. Kind of. Anyways, Lily is a cool character, and no, it's not because she has trauma, it's how she responds to it. But I'll get to that. First, goodness, the writing style here is amazing. Like, really good, really good. Foxy, no, not that Foxy, the author of this fic, TwilightFoxy. Foxy's writing style caught me in like the first couple of sentences with use of alliteration and sentence structure and fragments. I was like caught off guard, like really caught off guard. I really liked it a lot. Oh my goodness, I'm looking at it, just looked at it right now, and I need to mention the use of repetition. Like, it is so much. Coupling that with the sentence fragments made it really enjoyable to read. And I know I'm talking about like, what, 6 or 7 paragraph lines of the first chapter, but they were really good 6 or 7 paragraph lines. 4 years and 9 months will now be ingrained in my head for the following 4 weeks and 9 days. 5 weeks and 2 days, if you want to be technical. Anyway, it's not only just that line that's repeated, but other lines as well. It just really gives a good cadence to the piece and makes it enjoyable to read. Characters! Lily is adorable, and her story opens up several themes and talking points this story seems to be handling, which is bold. The foster care no, you can do this, it's fine. Try again. Characters! Lily is adorable, and her story opens up several themes and talking points. This story, I can't do, okay, no, this is actually insufferable. I need to, please, actually turn this off now. Stop. Why are you getting, stop, don't get louder. What do you, oh no. Characters! Lily is adorable, and her story opens up several themes and talking points this story seems to be handling, which is bold, like, really bold. The foster care system, abandonment, healing, yes, trauma, and possible physical abuse, orphanage, orphans, among adjacent themings. The way her character is built is somehow both sad but realistic. Again, many stories might jump into the daycare theme and start the fun right away, but Lily, like any normal, sane child, sees an 8-foot something animatronic robot swan dive into a ball pit, and her first thought is, ah! And that's not even talking about whether the ball pit can time travel. This is why I'm reluctant to talk about FNAF on this channel. I digress. Lily, like a sane person, is terrified of the animatronic's abrasiveness, and then she literally gets chased by Moon, who has the gall to say he didn't need to scare her. Like, dude, you are swooping 18-something yards in the air, saying hee hee, and got you 99. Like, yeah, 99 when she passes out. And then we get introduced to sign language, which, like, I'm imagining these big, long, animatronic hands signing, and, wait, hold on, actually, I'm looking at the models, right, and actually, yeah, that makes sense. I can actually see that them seeing it, signing, wait, yeesh, okay, huh, alright, I guess I take it back. It's not as ridiculous as I thought it looked. Anyways, sign language comes out of left field, and you realize that Lily hasn't actually been talking at all, which, like, you do realize because you see her nod and stuff, but you also kind of don't, because you might have assumed maybe she's just, the quiet kid, the quiet person, she's just quiet a lot. And her mind is really talkative, like really talkative, and she's using words like boisterous and vying and relish and more. Like, what 10-year-old is using the word drawl as a way to describe someone's speaking? because the story is in first person, aka the best person. So it is her describing things. It is her describing things. It's not like some person we don't even know. It is her describing things. That's the beauty of first person. So personal. Person. Anyways. So like, yeah, like, who uses those types of words? It makes me wonder, because like, this story is in first person, so it is like her describing things, unless this is just her showing us that she's really smart, and maybe even more mature, giving us a lens into her how her past forced her to grow up in ways unlike other children. Or I'm just reading into things too much. Again, I do this often. Whatever. Maybe this is just the author's writing style. Either way, it's really cool. It further sets apart Lily from the other children in the daycare, and even Alexia herself, while still keeping it realistic and interesting. And it doesn't feel like it's used as a plot device either, but as an integral part to her character, which leads to her heavy abandonment issues, getting nightmares so violent she has to stay up in the middle of the night, writing an entire script for a YouTube video. I mean, drawing pictures to keep herself from falling asleep and having those nightmares again. And Alexia and Lily's relationship is also really interesting in that it's not perfect either. Alexia's guilt for leaving Lily behind, and Lily's disbelief that anyone will ever last. And who can blame her? Honestly, this is what the foster care system can do to someone. This is what life can do to someone when one is bounced from person to person, family to family, friend to friend. By the 16th time, it loses all meaning and stability. Seems like fantasy. Instability is reality. Being told by people over and over that they will be there for you when you need them, and they will be there close to you, arm to shoulder, but you know, for whatever reason, when they go to those other reasons, you know, it be it personal issues or unwillingness to care, or even worse, violence, they end up leaving you, and ultimately they leave you alone. And that's where you are. That's where she gets left. Alone. Always alone. 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 Over and over, one can feel so jaded that when it happens, you're so numb that it just doesn't matter anymore. It still hurts, but you just feel hollow. Which makes what happens with Warrior Princess Lily all that more special, and why she feels so elated, so much so that she can forget about her years of trauma and abuse, because for once she is surrounded by people cheering and having fun, being lifted up. She is not alone. She is no longer alone. And it's that numbness that comes back, which reminds her that even in that moment of pure bliss, of pure elation, it won't ever last. Which is truly what makes this a good piece, because it's the restraint to not immediately get rid of her past trauma that tells you that this story is not only respects the topics that it's dealing with, but is also willing to bring you, the reader, along for a bumpy ride. Because healing is never pretty, and it's so slow. But in the end, through all that suffering, there is light that is waiting. You just have to endure it long enough to see it through and feel its warmth. Honestly, part of Honestly, partly why I was so hesitant on talking about this is because the following chapters might have something major happen, and I'd want to talk about that too. But whatever happens, I had fun with it already. Foxy, the author, is really good at this fic, and she's even aspiring to be traditionally published too. Fun! Might it interest you in self-publishing? I'm totally not biased. I pair these two stories, Pokey and Starshine, not just because I wanted to talk about both stories, but I did, but also because, ironically, these stories about a magical unicorn girl and an orphan being taken care of by daycare and animatronics actually share a connection. It's all in the premise. It's in its most basic forms. It's taking a character, a broken character that's been beaten and battered and worn by life's unfairness and cruelty, a character that has been so jaded that all the color in their life has been drained away and they're left cold, lost, and alone until someone shows up to bring color into their life. Whether that someone comes in the form of a giant star-shaped spaceship and a bubbly unicorn magical girl inside, or your old babysitter, a couple of animatronic daycare attendants, and their pool of rambunctious children, that someone is able to pick you up, shove you forward, and get you walking again. Not towards a dreary future, but a happy one. One of hope, one of renewed vigor to help others, or just to not give up on yourself, but a happy one. It is one act of love that someone shows to another that can change the course of someone's life entirely, even if that's disrupting their entire life by crash landing in front of them, or scaring them half to death by swooping down from above and saying, "Got you!" Somehow, it helps. And they tried. They found their help. They found their person, that someone that can bring color back in their lives. And that's a beautiful story to me. But not everyone is fortunate to meet that someone. Some people look up a street corner and see that boy that called down to them, only to realize they were calling for someone else all along, and not you. So you, that girl hoping something changed, put your head back down, turn back in front, and walk away. Because that boy did see you, did look at you, but did not call to you. And so, the girl walks back like she always does, and goes into that building, that big bustling building full of children, and goes back to being lost, goes back to being alone. So, take care of each other, love one another, look out for each other and those around you, not just your friends, but those in your vicinity. A person's touch is vast and ever-reaching, and never stop trying for them, because for some of us, we're so very lost and very alone and utterly lost. Completely alone. Thanks for watching the video! If you liked it, make sure to check the comic and fic out for yourselves. Both Pokey and the Unicorn Magical Girl, made by CherryRoseum, and Starshine Jesters, written by TwilightFoxy, will be linked down in the description. If anything, I hope this video at least made you interested in checking these out, because they're really cool, and they both deserve to be read. And, well, I'm not a reviewer, I just talk about stories I like. I am, however, an author of my own writing, alive a life. So if that interests you, check that out too. While I highly suggest the physical book, the audiobook is also being voice acted by me right here on YouTube. Other than that, I talk about other stories I like, as well as do some fun things with my characters from time to time. So check that out if you'd like as well. Subscribe. Apparently I'm supposed to say that. I'm a youth YouTuber now, so I'm legally required to say subscribe. Anyways. That's all from me, though. So yeah, take care of yourselves. Keep loving all. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Bye bye. Bye bye.